Hello Total War Gamers, my name is Deacon. Welcome back to another episode of 3rd Solo War Divide and Conquer 2.2, the Heirs of Fingolfin Imladris Confederations campaign. And we have yet to confederate the first of our brethren. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that we've pretty much done everything that we could the previous turn.
Follow me.
We are headed towards Bree with
Yes, my
Netherdeer.
lord.
And towards the Woodland Realm with Nostarian, who both have been taking classes with Elrond. And Elrond eagers to go back to Rivendell. But for now, he'll have to supervise whatever happens at Low Pass, which is now being governed by Glorfindel. Which is advantageous because he brings in a lot more money than Elrond does, interestingly. Also meaning he's definitely the governor to have around at Low Pass, which is currently bringing in the most revenue. So it doesn't really hurt to postpone the siege of Ostinithil for a little while, so we can bring in some more units and retrain all our damaged and depleted units that we're currently seeing. However, that is what is happening already. We've got Duty Wardens and Tolka's Faithful to spare, so it should be alright. Although over here manpower is also quite low, which might mean bringing over units from the north, or it might mean waiting until they can be retrained down south. So it's going to be a little interlude of licking our wounds and replenishing. At least Elrond has had enough of empty coffers and is glad to see a positive balance for once. So let's hit the end turn. And during this little pause at the end of winter, new spies sent out on a mission, because Low Pass is threatened from the north, and there's a little army over there at the west, which I'm pretty sure the Valesmen will deal with. But there's a big army coming on its way down south again, so someone needs to scout that out and see what happens. Captain Minaistian arrives at Rivendell and immediately is under orders to retrain the damaged units that were present there. A new unit of Boquendi has become available, and it is doubtful what kind of good they might be. They can retrain here. However,
For the light!
since some men are available as is,
Yes, my lord.
they should go over to Low Pass and
Swiftly!
reinforce Glorfindel and Elrond. Rivendell has a very tiny population of 651. We might see it rise and increase, flourish under the rule of Elrond,
my lord, approaching,
who is at heart a peaceful man. He's not very fond of meddling in the affairs of Middle-earth.
By the light of Elbereth! Stay in the trees!
So obviously Prince Eladon isn't precisely the best governor, but he is the heir to the throne, and therefore ranking higher.
my lord, approaching quietly,
Than both
my lord.
other men.
I shall continue tomorrow.
And therefore governs now.
Come,
But
my brothers.
he shall move out towards
Stay
the
alert.
fort and build
Follow me.
a watchtower.
We will need that one.
Elder here
Elves.
is equally capable. But shifting him out should show what Dornanosson is capable of.
Follow
And
me.
he is in fact capable of making a lot more money than
Onward!
both of the
At
heirs of
ease.
Elrond, who
We
are
will need
more
that one.
minding of the affairs of scouting and war.
Sire.
And here is Moria, that is making us more revenue compared to Anor and Rod. So
Come, my brothers.
Eladon is obviously the stronger leader of the two.
We must get by the light of Elbereth.
So he's gonna
My
keep
lord.
working on his field missions. And meanwhile, it is rather doubtful
Sire. Follow
what
me.
these two men should do, given the fact that this army is approaching here.
For the light.
In any case, Indumeren is now joining Elrond, and we'll later move on
Tomorrow's journey planned out.
to spy and scout where it is most needed at this time. And all in all, things are looking quite well for our small realm here. And Misty Mountain Orcs have lost three settlements in a row without any challenge to any of them thus far. Okay, low pulse, that was a challenge. And they have tried to attack Alanarod, but we fought the battle well outside the settlement itself. Well then, Nedidir,
Yes, my lord.
you are on your way to Bree.
Approaching
So,
their dignitary.
Let's see with
Stopping
your
here.
latest guidance if you're able
Your
to
orders.
get
What is it you wish to
anything
discuss?
arranged with the Woodland Realm.
No, we cannot agree to this now. Very well. What else? do you
Perhaps a
suggest?
simple
Let's not
alliance.
take this any further.
Good day to you.
All right. We can try again later. For instance,
Approaching their dignitary.
right there.
Yes. I shall continue tomorrow. Tomorrow's journey planned out.
And that concludes the affairs for this spring.
My lord.
Now it's a little bit up to debate where to send out him next. Dunland is happy to leave us alone with their ongoing wars against Enedwaith thus far, who are no longer in the lead militarily. And let's take a little look at our family tree. Thus far, it is all girls. Oh boy. Having a male heir would be so wonderful. How about retraining any of these men? Not yet. So the grain exchange will be a good idea. And then, I suppose, an archery range. And all that is required here is just an art studio to get culture on the rise. which leaves us with a serious amount of money to spend on diplomacy. And perhaps even recruitment, although right now there simply is no option. However, in one turn these two men will be available. Two captains with the units.
My lord?
So we can just wait for this army to approach under Captain Mugul.
I'm gonna stick you!
Also meaning that our fresh reinforcements will reach Low Pass in time for a proper defense. And Khazad-dûm is showing its face inside Anvinville territory, which makes me wonder if they are actually allies. It should be the next thing we are going to see. Someone approaches Rivendell in the Hidden Valley, so surely Mehron will take up arms and run them down again. The One Ring has been founded. It is in Isengard. Saruman must be making plans inside plans. All these are being retrained. And since another unit of Sword Quandy is becoming available quite soon, let's train another. And in terms of Master Builder Hall, this is going to take a while. Crop rotation would be interesting, as is a mining network. A public health bonus. Might actually work, but a leather worker is probably the best investment we can do right now. It's up for debate what upgrade Mehron exactly received here, but it happened. And both Tolka's faithful units are under retraining as well. Oh look, High Chieftain Uglag. This is just stuck out his nose.
Have a taste of my blade!
But first things first. The Tolka's faithful can be
Elves!
left at home.
Come on!
Lopos should have sufficient
lord?
men to defeat this army that is now coming on.
My lord.
And over here things seem to be rather quiet on the
Yes, my lord.
Misty Mountain Orc front.
Approaching their dignitary.
And
I shall continue
Mirkwood
tomorrow.
is where we didn't want to go this time. So that's not happening.
My lord.
However, the
You
Woodland
have
Realm,
a proposition for
let's
us?
see how they regard a map information exchange. That would be balanced. Let's make them a single payment of 100.
I do not believe I'm able to... Another proposition for us
Yes,
then?
that would be an alliance. A map information exchange and a regular tribute of 100 for 10 turns.
No, we can't have another worthy proposal
let's
then.
make
Excellent.
a regular tribute of 100 for 20 turns in order to get you to ally with us.
I am not quite... You have further proposals?
An alliance.
Please, let us hear them.
A regular tribute of 150 for 20 turns There you go.
I do not believe another.
However,
proposal
map
there.
information
Excellent.
combination with an alliance and a regular tribute of 200 for 20 turns then. How about that? Very generous.
I am not quite able.
That's
Another proposition.
So
We're
worrisome.
happy to listen.
Let's exchange map information, give you a regular tribute of 50 for 10 turns. This should be nice.
No, we can have another worthy proposal
Yes, we
then.
do. Regular
Excellent.
tribute of 75 for 10 turns then. This should
I
be
am
nice.
not quite. You have further proposals?
I have
Please,
further
let us
proposals.
hear them.
And regular tribute of 200 for 20 turns. You get the map info for free. How about it?
I do not believe I'm able to accept this.
This is so worrisome.
Well, that seemed fruitful.
It did seem
Farewell.
like it now, didn't it?
As
But
you wish. Stopping here.
again, he has a malice of -2 to his influence. Such a shame. Oh yes, our ally, the Vale, is allied to the Dwarves of Khazad-dûm. So they might actually come to our aid because they're... No, hold on. Khazad-dûm. Yes, this is a war with the Misty Mountains. So that could work to our favor. And they're also a war with the Dun Landings. We've given them military access, so they could actually be marching over to Bairig. Not anymore. We've taken Moria. Free upkeep for Donanosson. That is also particularly interesting. And so then you have
Your
moved,
orders.
and Nostarian has just shown
Yes, my lord.
what a miracle he is. You might actually suggest, as some have, to punish him
Elven warriors.
for his poor performance. Well then, Maedon, you have 4 stars. You can take with you 8 units. Well, not
My
that
lord?
many will be needed,
Your
I
will, my
assure you.
lord. Elves.
We're going to run them down inside
for
the
the
valley
elves.
as is, because it's just archers, stalkers, archers, and stalkers. Right. Interesting.
Evil must not be allowed to triumph this day.
We now have 2 units of cavalry, so it's a very nice opportunity for the Dunedain to prove themselves, because all the elves will be watching. So they're likely to be eager,
Units, await my orders.
and also Maedon is
Forward.
eager to
Advance.
prove what he's worth.
This is the way. Ready your
So it is quite possible that he should go into battle.
We know these lands.
Actually, we're gonna go this way.
I will be your guide. Be quick.
This seems to be only part of the army, which has no range capacity. So
We know these lands.
the archers are going to love an opportunity like this one to actually do some serious damage.
Quick.
But there's another part of the army up here that is now giving up its high ground position to come and join these poor units that are just going to get
We know these lands.
shut down in face of this much archer.
I will protect the land of Riven.
Yeah, I could say fire, but that wouldn't be appropriate now, would it? It also brings in the question, when these two upgrade with 1 tier of veterancy,
I will protect the lands of Riven.
thanks to this battle, can they still be upgraded?
Be quick. Riders.
Now there should come their general, who is an archery unit.
I will be your guide.
Northern Dunedain. How about you come down here?
I will close in on them.
How about you charge in there? That's gonna create an interesting situation. These 19 survivors are shaking. Fearful. They're wavering. You can forget about fighting at will for a moment.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
And you too can forget about fighting at will.
Keep your senses.
And these seem to be all archer units. And since we are... Oh boy. Quite a few men are lost here. They're now broken. Which means our archers are gonna go into the next unit. And they're gonna keep marching and feel confused about the whole situation. Because they're under attack of our general here. Move up there. And you come in, right down those breaking units. This could actually be a tactical retreat, but it could also be simple skirmish behavior. It's hard to tell. But before they all get away, let's charge into them. Okay. This appears to be going nicely. And then again, maybe not. So far, these Northern Dunedain lose 2 horses in their daring charge. Mairon loses a point of experience. This is all too painful. Poor Dunedain died making this movie.
Over here. Advance.
Albeit some pixelated ones, but still.
Ready your mount. Cast them back into the earth.
You shall run down these folks.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half.
Let's see
their
how
men.
many men they lose now exiting a unit of archers.
With great speed. Ready your
And they seem to be very slow. As they're just moving off a hill. How hard can it be? You're not on fire at will. So this is annoying. Maybe that also explains why so many Northern Dunedain just got slaughtered. Let's get into them. How are you losing men again? Let's give them a rear charge. And let's charge him with our Nordatyrno at the same time. They are broken now. So both of you run them down. And let our archers walk this way. Or actually run. Mairon is surrounded here.
Ready your mounts. Crush them. Come together, Trinity.
And also the last unit of
The
archers
enemy army flees
flees
the
the field,
Pursue and run them down.
and it appears many different units are going to profit from this engagement and learn a thing or two about hacking down defenseless enemies.
This is a
There you
clear
go.
victory.
Now let us see who won some experience. We lose 11 men. The nobles gain 2 more, so they're getting close to their goal, to their first gold chevron. The Dunedain scouts gain 1, and the Nuratina cavalry gain 1. Casualties healed 2 free healings of Nuratina cav, bringing back the number to 48, which means we need only 3 soldiers, I think, to bring them up to full numbers. And the Dunedain scouts will need another 4 men. They're still a viable unit, but it would be nice for them to leave Imladris not needing any replenishment. But pardon me for moving my microphone. I have a habit of twisting my moustache. I should do another diaries video.
Come, my brother.
Not needed. It's nice to know you feel appreciated.
Like the wind.
And who shall we retrain then? All this is going to do is add back to the number, I think, which is odd. In any case, it will cost enough for retraining this unit, and then see what happens. I'm not gonna retrain him and see what happens if he replenishes, if he will still be available for retraining. And I have yet to try the health buildings, but it could perhaps improve our healing after battles. Now he has 5 units, so he could possibly take out an army of 10, which is really quite enough. Well then, do I remember? Yes, we have moved.
Yes, my lord.
So let's take a look at Lopas. I renamed it. Ah yes. And that high chieftain out by his own must feel very safe and confident. And it's hard to tell. Oops. That explains there's 3 armies headed our way towards High Pass. Oh yes, we missed Merkud, so that's not happening. We've got 3,000 to spend in Low Pass. Or actually, that's not needed because we've already set the buildings that we want to build.
Sire.
It will be interesting
My lord.
to scout
Approaching
around
quietly.
By the light of Elbereth!
and establish where
We will
more
need that one. Scout the area.
watchtowers are actually
Stay
needed.
alert. We will need that one.
Right now it seems like we know enough.
Sire,
Come here. and
orders
then
completed.
we can attack that
My lord.
mountain orc fort. Another interesting question, would any of them be available for retraining? But no, they're not. here we still need to finish the Artus Studio. So this is gonna take a while. Oh, Khazad-dûm.
Strength and honor, noble friend.
Are you not interested in
I'm gonna stick you!
shooting down these armies? Anyway,
I'm gonna stick
he's a real tyrant, is he? Let's see what we have retrained already. There's one unit up for retraining. For actual training. And considering damaging Artocas' faithful during the next battle.
Have a taste of my blade!
However, at the same time, these men might need some retraining. This is up to 7%. So going for a practice range isn't entirely logical. But nothing will matter as long as we don't have any additional culture levels. So what to do in this case? I'll go for the art gallery, as inconsequential as it might seem. Then Nostarian. Let's visit this awesome settlement called Dale.
What is it you wish to discuss?
And see if the good people of Dale would be willing to exchange map information. I think we've already done that, didn't we? I don't recall now. If I were to give you an alliance and map information.
No, we cannot agree to this now. Very well. What
Alliance, map information, regular tribute of 100 for 10 turns. That would be generous.
I am not quite. Another proposition. We're happy to listen.
15 turns.
I do not believe you have further proposals.
Yeah.
Please, let us hear them.
Alliance, map info, single payment of 1500 right now. That is something that should have an appeal to you.
I am not quite.
Oh
The
boy.
pleasure was all ours. Farewell.
Yes, it was. Indeed, we did share map info previously. They will be an issue when we confederate with the Woodland Realm, because without an alliance in place, there will be large armies over here, so they're not immediately attracted to attacking us. That much is certain.
By the light of Elbereth!
Two things need to be done. This army needs to sally. Ah yes, I was wondering. Yep, these guys gained some experience, but they didn't level up. 82 gold coins, interesting. But in any case, all of you are coming out against Captain Engage! Who has Warg Riders leading and then 2 units of Uruk Taskmasters. That's gonna hurt. However, against our numerous Stalkers Faithful, it shouldn't be much of a problem. However, I'm still saving it. And then again, you... Oh yeah, Warg Riders to General.
Fight to the end!
And I fully expect to fight for a long time and hold on against you. And Glorfindel and Elrond are also going out from Lopas and meet the oncomers before they can actually besiege it. Yes, we are starting our deployment on the high ground. They get access to higher high ground than we do, so doubt this is going to make much of a difference. Not at all, in fact. Ah, this is nice. So you be here and don't do anything else. Obstructed, obstructed. Okay. In any case, let's take a look over here. Is this actually reachable? No, it's not. Would be nice, would have been nice. But the map is created in such a fashion that nobody can go here. Which means, from the looks of it, they can be all the way up here, which is where we cannot deploy. Then let's try and position the second unit close to the front. Oh, there you go. They're all deployed now except for the cavalry and more cavalry and a general and infantry. There you go. If all of you come out of skirmish and just guard, then everything should be just fine. It's interesting how they come out of retraining with yet another experienced chevron. You can go here. Can we cross from this to this? It's a PSO. So let's move our man up to the high ground and see if they will respond. Ooh. Into them. This is interesting. Why would you come rushing forward in this fashion? It's peculiar to say the least. But I need you here at the flank. And some northern Dunedain at the flank. And Tortoise is faithful. Oh, is he going straight for the Noratuno cav? If that is the case, then it's very interesting. Currently, they're just getting cut down. And it makes me wonder for how long they will just tarry there. And you are not currently in range, so you can come up here. And as it looks, just be there. Okay, you just come here and you shoot them up. Where are they going? It's very interesting movements and really. Okay, stay there. Come back. Why would you go move all this way? Strange. And oh, those are actually archers. Where are you? Up here. Let's move up here. And the rest of you shoot down into the Goblin infantry. While our cavalry. Oh yes, good of taskmasters.
Our men have slain the enemy general.
Wonderful.
Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
Let's see how the archers respond being charged. Okay, you two are going into taskmasters. Oh, that's not even
The
a...
battle is very much in our favor. Victory will be ours.
Oh, really? Where is the taskmasters? There you go. How many? 37.
Rush them! Don't draw attention.
Oh, you're in here. Let's move out and charge again. And you shoot up those taskmasters in the rear. Not entirely confident that... Oh wow. Moving is really difficult for these Dunedain. You give them an order and they just stay steady. And also these ones. I have a feeling it might have something to do with the hillsides though. There's still 165 of them. Which only goes to show how much of a charging unit the General Cavalry actually is. And they're pursuing us? That's interesting. Oh, I get it. I get it now. Taskmasters. They are our first issue here. That is what is happening.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Let's get into them. And archers. Shoot the archers. See if we can get into this goblin band here. You go melee down those Snaga. Okay. Apparently archers are taking this route, which is totally not what I intended. I wanted them to go around the other side. But anyway. Oh no, you come here.
Behold how our cowardly foe runs.
Okay then.
It's time to press this.
It's been an annoying battle, I will say that. And all of the men are after revenge now.
We know these lands.
Especially the cavalry units who have suffered most probably. Except for the Maiden's bodyguard, but they live and die for battle. Those other than the nobles. Already 93% of the enemy has been slain. Well, it's almost as if a certain kind of bloodlust has overcome these elves. Out of pure frustration of being unable to navigate properly over the hillsides, they're just running down each and every orca left alive, shouting, "None shall escape." The Narachino still have two more orcs and goblins in their sights and right away charge after them. Impetuous as they are now. Unstoppable. And these Dunedain scouts,
We're awed by the victory we have won here
anymore.
today.
And this is something that Maedon should consider, building fountains and see if he can heal up more of his men. The Dunedain scouts lost 16 and none have healed. and the Boquendi lose 13, of which 4 are healed back up. But particularly the cavalry is rather rare. At the same time, before they marched down south, they already gained 3 experienced chevrons. And they've only been recently established as a unit, which is quite acceptable. And that, in combination with them being the first of their kind, fighting together with the elves as a scouting unit, have much to be proud of. Maiden now has 6 command stars, and it won't be long
Like the wind!
until none actually can surpass him. Now, on the positive side of this, there are enough cavalrymen available for them to train up again that quickly. And it's going to be interesting to see if these shall be replenished and be given experience at the same time. But that fountain is definitely coming. And
My lord.
one thing
Gonna stick you!
that has been established is that
Approaching.
Have a taste of my
it
blade!
is time for this episode to end up just about here.
I'm gonna stick you!
And it's time for Glorfindel and Elrond to start working on these armies approaching. And another thing that might soon become a thing is an attack on Goblin Town to stop the incursions both on Rivendell and on Low Pass. We've been pretty much left alone
Sire.
in Moria and Anna and Rod, but not elsewhere. And that is something Elrond will have to remedy. Perhaps by sending Glorfindel out on a new mission, but thus far he's accomplished what he set out to do. Just checking up on Dornan Austin, who was previously triple gold chevroned and now single gold, so he replenishes. Yeah, and is losing some experience as his unit grows. So
Elven
the new
warriors,
Come, my
men
brothers!
joining his retinue are less experienced, and that's only true to how things should be. For the moment, however, we have the culture level required for both Boquendi and Swordquendi. So having a practice range in 4 turns will probably allow us to retrain these 55. And attacks at this time can actually go to normal, so that the settlement can still grow. But also land clearance does not seem like a bad idea, as is a Hall of Music. For now, however, our revenues are still greatly increasing. Here we can go to high and still grow at 1%. So that might actually be a good idea. 0.5% is a little low, but 1 I consider still acceptable. As for Rivendell, 1.5 still also quite nice. And Low Pass is a fortress. So on those notes, we will leave you. I hope you've enjoyed the series and the campaign thus far, and if so, then please leave your like. Subscribe if you wanna keep being updated about new releases. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.